Whatever you do not believe you can fix, you have given over to darkness.
What makes you a believer is that your first response to every situation is redemptive. Hello. It's good to have you here again. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, I'm wondering where you have been all this while. What have you been watching? I beg. No vex, just subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Like this video. Yes, you have to like this particular video. Alright, I know one of the reasons why you clicked on this video for a lot of us is because we like amebo.
Hey, it's not a good idea. Good. Leave me.
We want to gossip. We just want to hear what somebody has to say about another person that will just make us feel good. But let me put a disclaimer. I don't do that on this channel.
Sir?
I don't talk about people. I don't, especially ministers of God. I don't do that. I don't talk bad about them. No. I just highlight what they do or what they have said and make you understand them better. And also, even when I don't do that, I just speak scripture and make you understand it better. Okay, so basically that's what we do here. So something transpired within the week, and there were a lot of rumors going around about BankyW cheating on his wife, and a lot of people were saying a lot of things. People were saying a lot of things. I had to intentionally leave social media for a while because I didn't want all of that inside of me. I love BankyW. I like the work him and his wife is doing, and I still don't know, and I don't care if this is true or it is not true. I just love the guy and I believe in him. Alright, so this is what I want to say in this video. I'm going to be playing a video my pastor did. I think he preached it some months ago in Ghana, the Ephesus gathering, that Prophet Adam Julius Kujo's church. And he said something that I need you to listen to. I need you, yes, you watching this video right now. I need you to listen to it. And I would come after and say some of the things I have to say. But the reason why I'm playing this video is because the video said everything I want to say. It said it better. I can't say it any better. So that's why I decided to play the video for you to see it. Alright, so let's just jump into the video. Hello guys, my name is Amechi Victor KK and you're welcome to Voice of Eden channel. So like I said, I'll be playing you a video to just say some of the things I need to say, especially because what is happening on social media and the news going around about BankyW and his wife Adesua. Alright, so I need you to watch this video. And God bless you.
I believe that a major portion of redemption is our ability to stand shoulder to shoulder with each other and reveal the beauty of the grace of God. Because what makes you a believer is that your first response to every situation is redemptive. Whatever you do not believe you can fix, you have given over to darkness.
Your first response to every situation should be redemptive. I need to play that again, sorry. I need to play that one more time. Just listen closely this time around and pay close attention to the things he's going to be saying.
I believe that a major portion of redemption is our ability to stand shoulder to shoulder with each other and reveal the beauty of the grace of God. Because what makes you a believer is that your first response to every situation is redemptive. Whatever you do not believe you can fix, you have given over to darkness.
What makes you a believer is that your first response to every situation is redemptive. And what you believe you cannot fix, you have given over to darkness. And the major portion of our redemption is our ability as believers to stand shoulder to shoulder and reveal the beauty of the grace of God. What else can I say? But some of you may not understand all this big grammar. So I'm going to break it down for you. And I'm going to be reading Galatians chapter 6 from verse 1. Galatians 6 verse 1 says, brother, if any is caught, it says brother, don't forget, brother, if any is caught in any sin, you who are spiritual, who are responsive to the guidance of the Spirit, are to restore such a person in the spirit of gentleness, not with a sense of superiority or self-righteousness, keeping a watchful eye on yourself, so that you are not tempted as well. It says brother. A major sign of your spirituality is how you respond at the face of sin, especially when it is not you who has fallen into it. When you hear news about someone who fell into sin, how you respond is a proof of your maturity as a spiritual person. Is your first thought redemptive? Is your first thought restorative, or your first thought is judgmental? If your first attempt is to judge, Your first attempt is to say, that's how all of them are. Your first attempt is to say, I said it. Your first attempt is to say, what is this church becoming? Then you too are not different from the person who has fallen into that sin. You are not different because you are judgmental, and it shows a sign of how spiritually immature you are. Now let me go back to that first text. It says, brother, if any one of you is caught in any sin at all, whether sexual immorality, whether stealing, whether lying, if you are caught at all in any sin, you need to be restored. And it's brother. It's not just talking about anybody. I mean, it's not talking about anybody. Anyone has a confinement. It's talking about believers, brothers. If any brother is caught in any sin, if you catch your brother or you see your sister, the same thing as brother, in any sin, your first attempt should be restorative. And it says, you who are spiritual. It takes only a spiritual person to be able to restore another. It takes only a spiritual person. So it breaks my heart that a major part of the church is not even as spiritual as they think they are. Because the moment something happens, they are quick to gather around and hear the latest news. I don't care about all of these celebrities. I really don't care about celebrities. And what they decide to post is none of my business. I don't care about them because a lot of them still went out. People say celebrity has posted this celebrity. I don't care. Some of them are just waiting to see the fall of another. It's a competition they are just doing.
You see how the mothers just graduate? They go up. You see?
What I care the most about is we believers and the church. How much are we able to cover another? Let's assume, which I don't even think so, but let's assume it is true. Let's just assume, for example, it's true. Are you willing to cover him? Or are you willing to start pointing fingers and say his men are this, men are that? Like one celebrity said that men are polygamous in nature. A man cannot stay in one place. What kind of thought is that? What kind of thought pattern is that? It's wrong. It's foolishness. It's foolishness. I said so. It's foolishness. So the fact that someone fell as a brother doesn't mean that that person should be judged and stoned. The first attempt, my pastor said, to every situation should be redemptive, restorative. What can we do to redeem? That everything you say you cannot fix, you have given over to the enemy. Yes, you've given over to the enemy. But let's continue reading. It says you are to restore a person in a spirit of gentleness. Why gentleness? Why? Not a sense of superiority of self-righteousness. Why? Because you yourself and you are not exempted from falling victim of the same sin. I'm telling you. You know the story of the woman that was caught in the act of adultery, and then they brought her to Jesus, caught her in the very act, and they brought her to Jesus. And Jesus said, he who is without sin should be the first to stone. Jesus didn't even say generally, he who doesn't sin generally. If you've not lied, you've not cheated on anybody, just can't. No. Jesus said, he who is without sin. That word, the sin there is similar to this one she has done. He who is without sexual immorality, this sin that she has committed, be the first to cast the stone. And there was nobody who hadn't fall victim of that sin. I'm telling you, they couldn't do that. They couldn't cast a stone, and they left. And Jesus said, get up. I do not condemn you. Now, there are several things I want to point out. The very first thing I want to point out is that when they brought that woman to Jesus, they didn't say this woman is an adulterer. They said she was caught in the act. For a believer, anything you fall victim of doesn't define you until you take it as your identity. Anything a believer falls victim to, he can be restored from it, except he takes that as his identity. So the fact that you lied, you are not a liar, except you take that as your identity. The fact that you stole, you are not a thief, you are a believer, except you decide to take that as your identity. So if a believer falls into a sin, and I'm deliberately saying this, fall into a sin. I'm not saying if a believer willfully say, I want to stay in this sin. In fact, that person is no longer a believer, because the difference between a believer and an unbeliever is that an unbeliever willfully goes to sin. He says, I want to stay, I want to do this. This is what I believe, this, I'm not wrong. This is what I do to enjoy myself. But a believer, on the other hand, doesn't do that. There is a conviction whenever you fall into sin. There is this, the Holy Spirit convicts you. He tells you this is wrong. The Spirit on the inside of you is telling you this thing is wrong, and you quickly go back to God. All right? Your sin should not take you away from God. Your sin rather should take you to God. Every single time, your sin should take you to God. So this is what I just wanted to say, because I believe a lot of us are already out there saying something, saying this thing, saying that thing. It's sad. Don't do that. I'm going to be posting a video on the power of your words, and I'll be posting it very soon. But I need you to zip your mouth. Alright, zip your mouth so that you too, my friend, will not fall victim of that same sin. Yes. Like I said, I don't care if he did it. I actually believe he didn't do it. I actually want to believe he didn't do it. And I believe he did not do it. But I don't even care. I would cover him. I will cover him. And I'm not being because some people will say you're being what now? You're being gender biased or something like that. I'm not saying this because I'm a guy and he's a guy. No, I'm saying this because he's a believer and I am a believer. He's my brother and I will cover him. Yes, I would cover him. I would restore him. I would redeem him. I'm not leaving him for the enemy to come. I would redeem and restore him. Alright? So please do the same. If you're a believer, don't join them. Don't join them. If the world would lash us, you cannot lash your own. Go into the house and correct yourself. Don't do that in public. Alright? Don't do that in public. Alright guys, thank you so much. I love you and I hope to see you at the top. God bless you and have a beautiful life, and bye bye.